Good morning, traders. Welcome to Beyond Profile. Today is Monday, and it's July 25th. This is the start of a new week and the last week of July, and we are gapping down this morning. The debt concerns, issues of them resolving some sort of a plan, still up in the air, and markets gapping this morning. What's interesting, actually, last night when the markets had first gapped down and opened here, they came back to retest this area down here in this 20 area, which again it's a low volume pocket. And this morning we're trading as high as, what do we go back to, 32s here it looks like. So we've gone all the way back to this high volume area, which 35s for us, remember, was a big area. This was the prior pivot highs that we traded into, and we've come back and we've tested that area several times now. And so the 35s would be my upside objective here this morning, to see if we can get to that level, to maybe even play on a short side if the markets could get down to that level. But again, overnight we pushed back down into some areas that were key levels, that also kind of burns off some of the short-term undervalued, if you will, in the overnight session. So markets, there's not going to be a lot to do here. And again, it's still going to be news driven. We still have a ton of earnings this week as we continue to roll into the heat of not only the weather here, but also earnings season. So a lot of things still are going to be in play this week, and totally a news-driven market, as you've seen the last couple weeks, as things have been very volatile in the marketplace. Friday, excuse me, Friday was kind of interesting. We had the initial sell-off in the morning, and then we rallied back for just basically a doji day, inside day, as a matter of fact, from the prior day's trading range. And again, then this morning we're going to be gapping down. So if we gap down to, let's see, what is the tail? 33s. 33s would be the low of that. That would almost be right back into where we open. We could actually open here and rally strong, and that whole gap down into the low 20s, you wouldn't even see it on a day session. It would be just in the overnight 24-hour session. So we'll see where we open this morning. Again, it'll be tricky because, like I said, some of the undervalued situations already been burned off in the overnight. The range in the overnight has been somewhat confined because we've been auctioning between 1325 and 1332, about an 8-point range, just auctioning back and forth within that range. So for us as traders this morning, you'll notice that even the NASDAQ has nothing to do. Let's look at the daily here for a moment. They break into all-time highs here for the year. You'll notice that again, it has nothing to do with banks. It has nothing to do with Europe. The relative strength in the NASDAQ is all tech-based. You can see as we were gapping. Let's see, last night we gapped down to 2380, which put us right here in the midpoint of this prior balance area. So 2380 level, 2380. So we're trading back to 2418s, which again puts us way back up in the middle of this whole area. Actually, it's the prior. This is going to be interesting today, as a matter of fact. Let's keep an eye on this, folks, because here's the prior high. Oops. Here's the prior high, which is about right where we're trading at right now. If for some reason that this NASDAQ market, here let me do this too, if this NASDAQ market had found a value area, okay, and there was an acceptance where it was auctioning between these lows, 23.28, and these highs here. Now Friday it broke out, and so this morning we're going to be close to that black line. Like I said, we've got still an hour or so before we get to the open. If for some reason that this is a probe failure outside of this prior high, then we can auction through the other end of this to the downside. All right, we'd consider this as a probe failure to the top side, and then look for extension down. So today should be interesting to see how this actually does play out. Like I said, we've moved a long ways from the lows last night, 2318s. I'm sorry, 2320s. You're trading up here to 2418. So that's a long swing. That's almost 30-point swing it's already made in the NASDAQ overnight. And coming right back up to these prior pivot highs here again at the 1718 area. So this is something to watch going forward the rest of this week. And again, these whole issues of the debt concern and no deal yet to be found is going to be driving this market back and forth. All right, so be careful. And as I said, last week of the month. And then we've got a lot of earnings. So I'm looking at the calendar here, and it's packed with more earnings. So everybody keep safe, and we'll see you in the trading room. If you haven't had a free trial, be sure that you do check out beyondprofile.com and get signed up for a trial to come into our trading room. Have a great trading day, everyone.